You know, I never thought a movie with this kind of plot would actually be entertaining. ATM. Okay, so ATM is kind of a horror movie that stars Josh Peck and two other actors who I've never seen before in my life. And the whole plot of it is that these two guys are just going home and, drunk night on, I think it was Halloween or something. It's a party at their office. They're going home and then they got stopped by an ATM to pick up some cash. And then they all end up in the ATM for some circumstance. And then a guy is standing outside the ATM. Apparently, he's just going to kill them if they step out because he has a knife. They saw him murder a guy out there, and he's just waiting out in this ATM outside of it, a few feet away, just standing there, looking out at them. For what reason, we have no idea for the entire movie. We don't know who this guy is. We don't know why he's doing this to these people, but he is doing it. Now I'm going to say right off the bat, being a straight-to-DVD movie, I knew this movie was going to have some low budget, but the fact that this whole movie relies on these guys being in this ATM the entire time, kind of like Devil, where they all were in this elevator, but with that you had supernatural abilities like the Devil, and the certain kills were interesting. With this one, it's just these guys complaining. It's like, okay, what are we going to do? What are we going to do about this guy? He's standing out there. We can all just kick his ass or something. And it's like, well, why don't they do that? Because he's got a knife or something, I guess. Now I'm going to say it's actually kind of funny to see Josh Peck in a movie after so many years. I know he was in Red Dawn, but I didn't see Red Dawn, so it's cool to see him in this movie, and I think that's why this movie actually is remembered more than it probably should be. Josh Peck, you're awesome. Now, what I meant by I actually like this movie was I think it's actually kind of interesting how this guy actually tries to screw with them the entire movie. This movie's about 90 minutes long, so it didn't have much time to kill, but being that this is a small situation, the guy actually thinks a lot to do. Trying to cut their power source so they come out so he can kill them, trying to just lock them in there. I don't know, again, why he's doing it, but he's doing this. And this movie is pretty violent in certain situations, like when that guy gets stabbed, you're like, oh wow, that's a pretty bloody scene. So this movie does have some, it has that horror movie blood that we all like, but it's not like an incredibly violent and gory film. If it was, it'd probably maybe be a little bit better, but again, it's just relying on these four people. Josh Peck, these two other guys, and some guy, you don't even see his face, it's like blocked by a hoodie, and it's like really darkened. Standing outside the ATM while they're in the ATM, while they're trying to find a way to survive without freezing to death. Now about halfway into this movie, it starts to really pick up in the way that they try to escape, and also some of the situations where they, where the guy tries to screw or kill them. Screw them up or kill them, I'm sorry. And that is where the entertainment for this movie lasts. By the end of this movie, they kind of do set up for a sequel in a way, I think. I think they were trying to. And it shows that he actually had this whole thing planned out. He wasn't just standing out there. He actually had a plan. I'm not going to spoil what the plan was, but I don't know why he did it. I don't know who this guy is by the end of the movie. That kind of does suck, but again, for a movie that I found straight on Netflix, it wasn't that bad. It was actually like, alright, cool. But I wouldn't recommend watching it again. Because the movie really wasn't scary, it was entertaining, but I don't really know what to call it other than a slasher flick. This may be a little too much of an overrating, but I'm going to say that ATM is worth watching at matinee, no snacks. Alright, thank you guys for watching my review of ATM, and I will see you guys on the next After the Show.